Yes, people. Welcome to the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. And listen, this is a live stream special. We've got a special guest, a special host. But before we let him in, we're gonna wait for you guys to come in. Come in, have a look around, have a little chat. And listen, man, it's a great day today. It's a big day today. Got our first guest on the channel. It's a big thing that's happening right now. Oops, come on, Google. Yeah, that's working now. At the end of the day, it's all about growing the channel, and here we are to talk about some big Chelsea news. I know, obviously, Twitter, is crumbling, but we're not crumbling here. You know what I mean? We're building the bricks for the base, if you know what I mean. So come along, have a chat, come join us. Only 1 minute in anyway, so let us know whenever you're ready. So letting you guys come in. So I think just in today's stream, I'm just gonna give a nice little overview for you guys. As I said before, just gonna be talking about some stuff that's happened at United, some Chelsea United dealings in general. How is it going? How do you feel about it? And we're obviously gonna get some comments from you guys. As I've been keeping my mouth shut as well, not been saying too much. I've been keeping it relaxed. I've been waiting for this day to cook this guy that's gonna be joining us today. A fellow, he's a top red, as you all know. Top red, listen, man, that's what I'm gonna say. So when he's ready, he will show himself. But in the meantime, come in, bro. How can you be 11 minutes? Listen, I had to delay a bit because sadly, as you can see, the outside surroundings is a bit, cooked right now in E-Man edits. You know what I'm saying, bro? My bad, broski. So it is what it is. I apologize for the lateness, but I'll make sure to be as pronto as possible for next time. But let me listen, yeah. Joining us today is the host of the most, the guy that I started with on YouTube. I was there for a whole year, still on there anytime you can catch me on him, always on his case. A United fan, a top red, he's a top red dickhead, actually, I'm saying. But, we got one of them today, and that is none other than Flawless, bro. What are you saying, big man? What are you saying, big man?
Hey, big up. Thank you for the intro, man. Much appreciated, first and foremost. Secondly, big up for having me. It is great to see how you've launched your own channel as well. And it's crazy that it's been a year already that we've been working together. So
yeah, man.
Salute to you, man, because you've been consistent so far with your channel. And I knew you would produce great content as it is. So yeah, man. Love for having me, man. Looking forward to the show as well.
Yeah, man. Much appreciated. Listen, man, this show basically today, as I said to you before, discussing something about Chelsea, some things about United. Obviously, something big happened, you know what I'm saying? But, we'll get to that one. We'll build up to that one. But first things first, bro. Flawless, how are you doing, man? How are you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm all good. Yeah, man, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? As always, man. Always good, man. So no complaints.
That's great to hear, bro. That's great to hear. And I'll start with the host because, obviously, your first time here. What are your thoughts currently on United, and how you're doing so far on the transfer window? I would say, actually, in general.
In terms of, obviously, we did business with you lot that I'm just not happy about whatsoever with the Mason Mount deal, which I'm sure we'll discuss in depth during the show. But outside of that, I don't really have any issues in regards to all of the strong links we've had, whether it's players incoming or whether it's players outgoing. Like it seems De Gea's on his way out. I'm over the moon about that. I think that's a massive step in the right direction. Like, he's been here, I think it's been 10 years. The game's just evolved. It's passed him by. Like, I don't abuse him or anything like that, but it's just time to move on. He's just not good enough. We've seen it this season in particular. The last game, the FA Cup final, the game against Sevilla where we got knocked out. Don't get mistaken, like, De Gea still saved us in games, and he's still a world-class shot stopper. But that's all it is. So I like the links to Onana, everything else, all the other outgoings I hear, whether it's Maguire, whether it's McTominay, whether it's Fred, Sancho, Martial, all the outgoings. Obviously, none of them have left and there's been no official bids, but I like all of that news. And same with the incomings as well. Onana, we've been linked with heavily. Talks of Højlund as well. So I'm all for it. Overall, but obviously it's more so about the takeover. And that needs to get done. That's what I'm looking for.
So obviously, speaking of the takeover, obviously, you've had my thoughts about this before, but I've said a lot of the time that, takeover is taking a bit too long currently. It seems to be, there's been a lot of time that's being wasted currently on the takeover in a sense. When would you like to hope that around what time would you like to have hoped the takeover would be done by? I would say.
Obviously, in an ideal world, I would want the takeover before the window closes to give the new regime ample time, not only to go and try and make new signings, but also change the hierarchy. But in regards to the time frame, this is a long process. Me and you have had this conversation many times before to yourself, Ahmed, to any people who are watching. When you are out, you know what I'm saying, and you're say you're out on a night out or you're just shopping or whatever, and you using your card contactless. Once you go to a certain limit, you gotta put your pin in.
Of course.
For instance, people, we're talking 4, 5, 6 billion, maybe even more. Go to your bank right now and try move $1,000 and see what happens. Try move $2,000, you know what I'm saying, in your bank account. Or if you're lucky enough, try go and move $5,000 from one account to the other. That's not easy.
Bro,
so we're talking here. Yeah,
try me £500, bro. You can't even move £500.
Try move £500 and you're getting questions. You're getting phone calls from your bank, like what's going on. So what do you think's happening with 5-6 billion people? Bear in mind, it's 5-6 billion for one of the biggest sporting franchises, that's the word I use, in the world in Manchester United. Like, that's a well-known brand. Like, as soon as you see the Manchester United logo, doesn't matter where you are in the world, people know that. Like, that's very, very well known. So we're talking about 5-6 billion to buy one of the most well-known sporting franchises, you know, on the globe. So this was never going to be an easy take. It was never going to be a quick transaction. And I knew this from the jump. This is why we put this. The Glazers came out in, I believe it was November, saying the club was up for sale, and then the Sheikh Sim news came out. I believe it was January, February, so near the top of the year. And it's like, oh, why are you not getting gas? We're getting taken over, because this is going to be a long process. That's why they are going to dot all the I's and cross all of the T's.
We also know what the Glazers are like in general.
Yep.
They're very much, people that want them as much money, as much value as they can get out as possible. We've seen what they've done before, obviously with the the dividends that they've been taking out of the club.
Yeah, they've been taking dividends out. Yeah, facts.
How they even bought the club, United, with a lot of debt as well. So
facts, and that's one thing we should never be in. One thing Manchester United should never be associated with is debt, because we're a financial juggernaut. And when I say that, people, I'm talking about just in terms of the revenue we create. Like, you go to Old Trafford on a non-match day, the megastore is packed out. Never mind everything that we sell worldwide. So there's no way we should ever be in debt. And that's one thing people get mistaken. Oh, the Glazers have spent money. One, I've never complained about how much the Glazers spend. It's how they spend it. Two, it's not their money. The money the Glazers have been spending is self-made in regards to what the club has generated, and now that's run out.
Yep.
Because you can't just keep running us into that. That's
the other thing. The
money against the club.
You know what is also flawless here? The other thing is, I think a lot of people seem to forget. Ed Woodward did a big job for United in the sense that, listen, don't get me wrong, on the pitch and buying the players and the stuff, absolutely trash. But the one thing he did do that was really good for the club was he maximized the amount of revenue you guys were able to bring to the football club in terms of like the stuff he did. You had United on socks. You had United doing tractor stuff. You forget this. That was you had some crazy, was it called, sponsorship deals. That's all I'm gonna say, man. If people forget that, but listen, before we get to other more football news, let's talk about Twitter, bro, because Twitter is getting crazy right now.
What's going on with Twitter?
I need to show
you. Group chat complaining about Twitter. What happened?
Listen, man, Twitter is basically down right now. Like, I don't know what is going on with the data usage and everything, but it is cooked right now. Let me show you what Elon did, because I posted it into the group chat as well.
Yeah.
Post it is, bro. It is bad, man. It is bad right now. Like, Twitter is literally lagging in real time, bro. Like, and now you can't even see that many tweets anymore, bro. Where is it?
Yeah, because it's saying tweet. Yeah, because when I just tried to refresh there, it was just like
what? You ran out of tweets? You can't see tweets for the rest of the day, bro. That's what it basically means.
It was saying, is that what it is?
Yeah, you can't see. You can't see tweets for the rest of the day for us. You can hold that, man.
Hey, as long as I can tweet, that's all that matters.
Yo, apparently, like, Rice is meant to be announced today, and like Arsenal fans can't see Rice getting announced, bro. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah. So to address extreme levels of data scrapping and system manipulation, we applied the following temporary limits. Verified accounts are limited to reading 6,000 posts a day, unverified accounts to 600 posts per day, and new unverified accounts to 300 a day. So he is cooked the system, big man. He's literally making the system a pay-to-win system. So listen,
trying to get his bread.
He's trying to get something, mate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. He's trying to get something, but listen, man, it's bad for Fabrizio, bro. Fabrizio literally was saying, it's hard to be using Twitter these days. Listen, man, Fabrizio, big man, let's stay on the Insta, bro. Literally, I've said this before, yeah. Fabrizio, if he's smart, you do the Insta thing and the YouTube thing. That's it, bro. He did Twitch at one point as well, which was actually pretty good, which was a pretty smart idea. But listen, man, at the end of the day, bro, fuck Twitter. We don't care about it. We're moving on. Let's talk about, yeah. I've got a special shirt for you for this, you know what I mean? It's coming soon in the package. Have a right here. Now, this is the Champions League winner, one of the Champions League winners.
Why are you sending me a Chelsea kit? Why?
Listen, no, but this guy's number, you know, that's it. Mason Minerals Mount number, you know, right there for you, bro. So listen, man, it's coming on your way. Do you want the United away or the United home? Just let me
United
know.
away.
Wait,
away, yeah? I can't wait. Our away kit hasn't been revealed. I might want the away or the third yet. We've only seen the home kit.
When it comes out, yeah, you just let me know.
Yeah,
send me a POS or postcode, whatever. I'll make sure you get 100%. It sent there.
Yeah, I'll send
you.
No,
I'm being serious.
I'm being deadly serious. Lewis has already sent me the home kit, so that's why I said, all right.
So if he sends you the home kit, then I'll send you the away kit, guaranteed.
But I'm saying I might prefer the third kit to the away kit. That's why I'm waiting to see what they look like.
Fair enough.
That's why. But once I know, I'll let you know, because I might prefer the alternate kit to the away kit.
Man, don't worry, bro. Just let me know your size, everything, and then when you know you're on the stream, you can be wearing that one. You know what I'm saying? Courtesy of me. Listen, man. Shout out to Jacob. You know what I mean? Your future number 7. Listen, man. Tell me about Mason Mount to Man United. He told me that he was not coming to your football club. So
I didn't think it. I thought you lot were going to price him out. I said the only way this deal doesn't happen is if Chelsea are more stupid than Manchester United, and it proves we were more stupid than you. Everything's bad about this deal. There's zero positives to this deal from a Manchester United fan perspective, from a Manchester United standpoint, in my opinion. I see zero. Like, the price point is all wrong, considering even if I rated the player, I'd still be like, 60 million for a player who has a year left on his deal, who wanted to leave the football club. Chelsea were willing to sell him, and we wanted him, and we were the only team in for him. Why we got fleeced for 55 plus 5 million in add-ons is ridiculous. We should have said, here's 30 million, either take this or we'll just sign him for free in 12 months. That's how we should have done the deal. But this is just typical bad business from Manchester United. And United reports came out saying we were complaining about Manchester United tax. Yeah, Manchester United tax is a thing because of Manchester United. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And then add in the actual caliber of the player. If he improves our first team, is marginal. Let's say, for argument's sake, he does. It's marginal. Big up Jez every single time. He takes us no closer to where we want to go significantly. I'm all about taking major steps, not baby steps, not marginal steps, because we're not marginally behind Manchester City. We're not marginally behind the elite teams in Europe. We're way behind. So therefore, we are way behind. So therefore, we need to take major steps forward to get them to that. Ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Because, like, bro, I still to this day cannot believe we've managed to swindle £60 million for Mason Mount.
It's outrageous that you might have managed to do
with 1 year left on his deal.
With 1 year left, that's what makes it even worse. I don't think he's worth that with he's not worth that with 4 or 5 years left on his deal.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Outrageous, fam. Outrageous that you might have managed to do this. I'm like, this is absolute joke. It's just terrible business all around. And you are over the moon about it, which I understand, but I'm just not a fan of it. It reminds me of the Cristiano Ronaldo deal overall. Yeah, go on, fam. I'm still
no. Yeah, of course. Because for me, like, you know, from a gameplay standpoint, yeah, that is something that is also just quickly for speed. Twitter is basically it's got extreme server issues because Elon Musk was a twat and destroyed more than 95% of his whole Twitter swap, and now Twitter's decided, yeah, Kalahas, we can't handle it. We can't handle it with like 10 people there. So that's what's happened. Big up Chelsea Blue. Last night when you had those talks about okay. Hey, listen, Chelsea Blue, bro. He don't know, bro. Listen, Flawless is one of the guys that definitely knows. Like, United fans are going to be very delusional about it. And in my opinion, yeah, he was actually playing when he was playing in Chelsea. His best position obviously was attacker, but this guy also had Kovacic next to him and Jorginho. Arguably, barring like Casemiro, much more intelligent and smarter, arguably better and smarter players. And now he doesn't have that anymore. So if we're gonna keep it a buck, yeah, it's good. It's hard for me to see. Because that's why I was gonna ask literally for us right now because. Oh, what? Alaikum salam, my brother.
Yeah, my bad.
No, of course, bro. It's okay, man. But Chelsea Blue was talking about how we've been in the Chelsea fan base. We've been discussing for years about what is Mason Mount's best position, what can he do, how can he cook, and it's been like for 3 years we've been discussing this. And I was making the argument under Chelsea, he had a lot more smarter technical players around them in that midfield. Jorginho could be an example of that. You have obviously Kovacic, who is a very smart player. Kante's another one. But now, guess who he has? Now he has Bruno, who, in my opinion, is not very much football IQ-wise. I mean, he's not as smart as those guys, for example. Mm-hmm. And, you've obviously got Casemiro, who obviously is a smart player, knows he's one of the best, obviously, in the world, right? Mm-hmm. But he's got to suffer, man.
Bruno's just Mason Mount is a worse version of Bruno. They're the same profile. They do very similar things. I don't think there's not much in between them in terms of levels, but yeah, it's a terrible signing for us. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's the Cristiano Ronaldo deal all over again to me. Like in terms of the second time when we signed Cristiano Ronaldo, I said, this is a terrible deal. There's zero benefits to this for Manchester United. And that's how I look at Ryan, Big up Ryan as well. That's how I look at this Mason Mount deal. Zero benefits whatsoever. Hey, Ryan says Mount is better than Bruno. Fairs. Like I say, they're two cheeks of the same ass. Neither of them are good enough for where we want to go to.
Bro, it's just literally, I got some rings for everyone, yeah? Look, see these rings? These are literally the same. You know what the difference between these rings is? This one here has just got one line in it that you can see right there. And this one is literally the same with no lines. That is the difference between the both of them, bro. It is like comparing trash and arse. No difference, bro. But
it's the same difference. Like if someone says Mount is better than Bruno or Bruno's better than Mount, I'm not arguing you
but
down.
For me, man,
I don't rate either of them. That's exactly why. I'm not for neither of them take us to where we want to go to. So
honestly, bro, like I don't understand why he wants Mount. I still don't understand that. Like if you wanted Mount, you could have watched the box like at the same price, bro.
It's the only thing I can think of is just straight off the ball stuff. Energy
again,
running around
the off the ball stuff, bro. He's not even been doing that like this year and even the year before under Tuchel. He's not been doing that a lot, and
it's a bad sign.
I just think for me, like I cannot wait to watch the first game of the season with Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro midfield because that's gonna be crazy. That genuinely, I feel Casemiro is gonna be catching a lot of reds, or his hamstring is gonna go before the reds come. It's gonna be one of those two, bro.
That's why I'm hoping we sign another midfielder, which reports have stated we will. I'm hoping so, but we'll see.
But obviously you're trying to go for a striker? Hodgson apparently there's like a bid got rejected for him.
Yeah. Is that actually true? Did a bid actually get rejected?
That's what they're saying. Listen, the problem with Italian news these days, unless it's like Di Marzio or like someone else, it's a bit.
Yeah, I know we in for Highland and we in for a goalkeeper. I know those two things. Obviously, depending on budget and depending on who we sell, but we do have a lot of players to sell.
But the thing is, one thing I will say about what Chelsea has done really well, the majority of the deadwood's basically been sold, barring obviously Ziyech, but we won't discuss that but on this channel because I did a video and I got too angry on that video. Not saying
why did you get so angry on the Ziyech video? What happened? Why is Ziyech winding you up? Talk to me.
Listen, bro. Ziyech failed his medical, bro.
Oh yeah, he did. I heard this, so that's why you mad because he failed his medical,
bro. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a guy that's been extremely injury prone, passed the medical.
Yeah, man. Kovacic, why did he fail the medical?
1 second, I'm gonna tell you why. Kovacic, a guy with multiple knee injuries, he's had multiple knee injuries at the football club, and at Real Madrid, passed the medical. Kante, a guy that's been drinking lattes with the medical staff here at Chalcott Common in the mornings every day, passed his medical. But Hakim Ziyech somehow has not passed his medical, flawless, bro. How, man? And apparently he's got a knee injury, which makes it. He's got a knee problem. You know what that makes it worse, flawless. No. The majority of this time he's been in the same knee position as our knees have been right now, doing streaming right now, like this. That's where his knees been. That's you know what I'm saying, flawless, bro. What is going on, man? I don't understand. That's what's gotten me like so confused. Is it hip? I don't know. Jacob, 1 second. Jacob, I haven't heard about the hip stuff, to be honest, but I did hear about
multiple injuries then.
No. But like the main news, because from Santi JFM said, and like what's his name? Jacob, Ben Jacobs also said, yeah, it's a knee thing. That's the issue. So it's crazy out here. They still wanted to buy him, but he rejected the 40% wage. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I've just got hiccups now. But he rejected a 40% wage decrease because they said that we're going to buy you for the price, but you need to reduce your wages. And he said no.
The Saudi team said they wanted him to reduce his wages by 40%.
Yeah.
Of course he didn't go. Who would do that? No one ain't doing that. Imagine your job came to you and said, right, you have this option to move to another country and your wages is going to decrease by 40%. You ain't going. What are we talking about?
But look, but his wages are increasing by so much. Is 40% like that much of a difference, bro? When you get paid that much,
increasing.
No, because they offered him a wage, right?
Yeah.
But the Saudi wage, they're extremely exorbitant. But they were like, because of what we found out about your knee, we would like to reduce the wage that we're gonna offer you by 40%.
So how much more was it than his original wage right now?
It was like I think four times more than, or 3 or 4 times more than his original wage. So that
made no sense.
That's what I'm saying to you, bro. Like, so that's what I'm saying. So for me, man,
the original wage they offered, not his Chelsea wage.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying to you,
man.
You
know why? Because he's more proper Chelsea than Mountain Havertz. That's what that is.
He's a waste, man. That's what he is, man. He's an absolute flawless. He's an absolute wallad. That's what he is right now, man. No, I say, man. Listen, my hatred for Ziyech is so strong, bro. It's beyond just like I just do not like the guy at all. But you know what, man? Let's move on from him. Pulisic is like apparently set to be sold now to AC Milan. They're just trying to find like a middle ground between them. So like my point anyway was that Chelsea have basically got the majority of the deadwood out. Maybe even Azpilicueta somehow is now sold to Atletico Madrid. So we are doing miracles right now in terms of getting everyone off the books. Whereas I think with United, you guys, it's usually been quite hard for you guys to get people off the books, if you know what I mean. So are you not worried? Are you not worried though? Like for example, Maguire. It's going to be quite hard to get someone like a Maguire off the books to consider the wages that he's earning. And even if you agree terms with other teams, you're still probably going to have to pay some part of his wage in order for him to move on. You have obviously, who else have you got that's planned to leave? Martial, I don't think it's going to be that hard to move on, although maybe the injury stuff might be a bit of a slight hindrance. McTominay, you'll always find plus on McTominay. There's always mid-table clubs that will have like a job for him. Fred probably be able to be sold, but those ones that are on a bit of a wage, are you not worried they're going to...
In terms of the wages, always a concern because we pay silly wages, so moving players on can be tough, but then that's when we just have to just cut our losses and say, all right, for Maguire, for instance, report stated it was 10 million. So therefore, if it's 10 million, then we need to move on. It's 10 million and we need to move him on and we have to pay him 10 million. So be it. Like, that's so be it. But in regards to, am I worried? No, because I think if the offers come in, we'll do the business. The issue is the interest. That's the problem. There isn't many teams too interested in our players because our players are not very good. Do the wages play an impact? Yes, I also agree with that the players play an impact. McTominay, he's been linked away with numerous clubs, so that's a good sign. Fred's been linked to Fulham. That's also a good sign as well. So, but there's been no bids. So unless Manchester United could we potentially do more, and go and offer, you know what I'm saying, these players to clubs, but then that puts us in on the B side of negotiations because then it's like, we're desperate to get rid of. But outside of McTominay, Fred, they're the only two strong links. Maguire, I know there was Spurs links, there was nothing strong. Martial, there's been nothing strong. Sancho, there was links to Dortmund, but that was more so talking about a loan. Like I say, Martial, nothing. So the reason why I don't really get onto Manchester United about selling players is because it's not like we're rejecting bids left, right, and centre. Who's making bids for players? That's how I really look at it. McTominay, and like I said, if, for instance, Fulham come in for Fred and make a 20 million pound offer for Fred, I'll go. And we reject it, that's on us. Like we've been linked with Henderson's been linked with a move away from Forest. Reports are coming out saying it's 20 million. Why are we not doing that deal? Now I could be wrong, and next week or even tomorrow we get that deal done. But they were talking about in regards to De Gea. Henderson's not good enough regardless. 20 million for him is a great price. Move him on. No, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not like Tox is my brother. Love him to death for those that know. Like that's like Tox is like we brothers, like we family, like outside of this. Like I've known.
Big up Richo 63. Big up Richo, bro. Much appreciated.
Tox is always, that's the big difference between me and him. He's glass half full, I'm glass half empty. Tox is always gonna think that Mount has a plan for him. Tox also believed Oli could do something. Tox also had faith in Cristiano Ronaldo. He's an optimist.
Christ.
He'll tell you this himself. He's an optimist.
Hey, fair enough, man.
He is not even a shot. Like I say, people might even taking shots. That's my bro. Like he will tell you when we have conversations about these things. He says this himself. He's an optimist. We could sign anybody, and Tox would be an optimist on it. Like I say, Ronaldo and Oli being two prime examples. Look how they turned out. No, you know what I'm saying? It's a terrible idea.
One thing that I will say, continuing onwards, one thing I do think that Chelsea kind of made clear to the players beforehand, before the transfer window started, apparently, is that these players are going to be leaving. Have a chat with, like, they had a chat with their agents and the player said, we want you to leave. Go to speak with your agent. The agent has spoken with them. Go and find other clubs there. And if they can come and meet us with the right price, we'll sell them on. I think that's something that United board should be doing to the players that they know they don't want want to happen. And usually that works.
I agree with that. We should be doing more in terms of trying to move players on and let them know they're surplus to requirements. I think so, because they're slowing down potential future business. These players, we got a lot of players who are not good enough for where we're trying to go. And as much as Ten Hag improve players we don't rate, it's time to move you man on. Simple as that.
Because right now, there are only like 2 sales I've seen so far is Ethan Laird for like 500k to Birmingham City, and like what's his name?
Did that get done? Okay,
he's going to Championship basically, and the other one is obviously Thingy to Utrecht for like 1 million euros.
Iqbal.
Zidane Iqbal. So like I think from that point of view, of course, it's like this player sale wise, it's not looking good so far, and especially with like a season where obviously you've not got that much money due to FFP and like the ownership change, because the current owners don't want to spend money right now because they're selling the club essentially. So you're in a difficult position. But
it's not ideal. Yeah, like I say, with the Glazers, normally it's a bad situation we're in, but because of the ownership being up in the air, that makes it much tougher. But you can still go about your business in the correct manner and still try and move players up. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and going on to Ryan, I don't know why he asked this question. Flawless, are you not thinking that Ten Hag could do something?
Yeah, that's what I was responding to.
Oh, you responded to that?
Yeah, because I mentioned that was Tox being an optimist. But does Ten Hag definitely have a plan for Mount? Yes, Ten Hag is not an idiot. He definitely has a plan for Mason Mount. I just don't like the plan.
What's that? It's the player that you currently have, Van der Beek. He basically wants him to be his Van der Beek for the team. But the question is, I don't know if Mount is technically sound enough to do what Van der Beek does. And like the off the ball work, again, I've said this before, he has lost that off the ball work that he used to have. That's one thing where I can guarantee you that he's definitely not had this season, and I think for large parts of the season before. So again, it's going to be interesting to see with Mason Mount. But at the end of the day, bro, we made 60 million on him and 65 million on Kai Havertz, bro. I can't believe Kai Havertz is actually I can't believe you sold Kai Havertz for more than Mount, to be honest. That is what I'm
sold him both for north of 120 million.
120 million. And like obviously there's been rumors now that we're interested in Ryan Chikri. And I saw this comment from a Chelsea Blue about wanting Sancho. I have said this multiple times before. Sancho cannot come to this football club. I know that he's very good technically. He's got everything. But right now, in my opinion, Sancho is a Premier League bust right now. I don't know if Flawless agrees with that or disagrees with that.
No, I agree. I ain't gonna dispute that.
Right now, he's looking like he's like a bust right now. See with Kai Havertz. Listen, even though he scored a UCL final goal.
Wait. What's a bus runner?
Huh?
What's
a transfer bust.
Runner? Oh, a transfer bus. Okay.
No, not a bus runner.
A bus runner. I thought you said, I'm like, what's a bus runner?
No.
What's that mean?
No, I was saying
this guy joking. Yeah, transfer bus, right? Because you said bus runner. I'm like, what's that?
No. Like what? Oh, 20 viewers in the chat, guys. Please subscribe. I'm almost at 200, so 20 more of you, and I'm at 200, guys. Make sure to subscribe, yeah. Like and subscribe, please. Please like and subscribe. But yeah, as we go on to continue about Smart Whip Sancho, as I like to call him. But I think the thing with Sancho is that he's not really banging at the Premier League. Part of it for me is that he's position wise, even when he plays in the 10, I don't feel like he has that killer pass in him at times. I know that he's good at dribbling and stuff. Even his finishing, it's not been that great at all. I don't know if you would agree with that.
No, I don't doubt it's not. I don't have no issue with his finishing. He doesn't really get in positions enough to shoot, but that's not been his game anyway. My biggest issue with Sancho is not his finishing or his goal scoring, even though I think he needs to score more goals. It's everything else. You mentioned it there, and I've mentioned it. You kind of touched on it, and I've mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
His attributes, technically, he's sound. From a technical aspect, no doubt. First touch, giving goals, weight of passing, all of that's all well and good. But it's 2023. It's a pace and power league. It's a pace and power game. And that's what he lacks. And when you don't have pace and power in the Premier League, you will most likely struggle. Is there exceptions to the rule? Yes. Players at Manchester City, but that's Manchester City. You have the best team in Europe and have the best manager in Europe with the best system in Europe. So yeah, Mahrez, Grealish, even Grealish is power. So Mahrez is the only exception to the rule. Everybody else you look at outside of Manchester City, when you look at all the top attacking players in the Premier League, all the top attacking players in the other top European leagues as well, all have that in common. Yes, they have football IQ. Yes, they have technical attributes, but they all have pace and power. That's what it is. And Sancho lacks that. This is why you see Sancho struggle. This is why we've seen João Felix go to your club and struggle. Because he doesn't have
100%.
Both talented footballers, 110% talent. But you need pace and power.
But you know what it also is, bro? I'll be honest with you, yeah? It's not just about pace and power. The problem is, yeah, especially with players like Sancho, Felix, is that they need to be surrounded by players, by what's it called? Players that are gonna allow them to be facilitated, if that makes sense, to facilitate their game. Otherwise, they're basically unusable. They're unusable players. You can't use them at all.
But that adds into my point in regards to pace and power players don't need that. Why has Garnacho been able to join Manchester United in the same scenario and have more impact?
True.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Garnacho's a better footballer overall than Sancho. If we just list attributes for attributes, Sancho washes him. If we go through mental attributes, physical attributes, and technical attributes, you know what I'm saying? 110%, Sancho's a better footballer on paper. But guess what? The game isn't played on paper. So, but back to what you're saying in terms of facilitators, when you're pace and power, you don't need that. Rashford don't need no facilitator. Because Rashford can get the ball, kick it down the line and chase it. Now, is it pretty to watch at times? No, but guess what it is? Effective. That's what it is. It's about having impact. Sancho don't, and that's not just that Sancho. We see it with João Felix. We see it with Sancho. This kind of ties into why I'm not a big fan of Harry Kane and why he's not moved the needle at Spurs. It's the same thing. Is there exceptions to the rule? Ryan mentioned it. Yeah. Mahrez is one of the best wingers we've ever seen.
Even Bernardo Silva. Just mentioned Bernardo Silva, another one that's like.
But he's intense. He's direct. He's got that little bit of. He can accelerate. He has that pace. He's not that power, but he has that pace about him. He can accelerate. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that to his game. He has acceleration. Like Ryan mentioned it. Grealish has power. Mahrez is the only exception to the rule. Benzema has just gone Saudi, but even he was powerful to an extent. Plus,
pace when he was younger.
Plus, one of the best strikers we've ever seen. Like, look at what we're talking about. When me and you sat here right now and listed all the top wingers in Europe, left and right, all the top strikers, guaranteed 97% of them will have pace and power. When we talk about Rafael Leao's, Osimhen, the guy at Napoli, I can't pronounce his name, the winger, you know what I'm talking about.
Carvajal.
You mentioned Højlund. What does Højlund have? Pace and power. The list goes on and on and on and on type of thing. So that's what it is with Sancho.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Ryan? Yeah. The thing of Mount is that he's got a good half time. Don't get me wrong, but technically speaking, from a technical issue, there are people in training gear though. Sorry, excuse me. There'll be people in training gear where they will look like world class, but on the pitch they just look below average. That's what it is, man. See, in training, you have no pressure. There's not like 40,000 fans putting putting thing on you. You know, there's not people commentating. You haven't got refs. You're not facing another man 1v1 who's actually intent on trying to beat you to the ball or defend you to win the game. So this is the one thing I will say. I think training, is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but training is only like probably half of what you're going to experience in the actual game. And I agree with like Chelsea Blue. I think makes a good point here. Big up Chelsea Blue. Like where he's like who can train good but can't apply on the field consistently. Exactly my point. But listen, man, moving on to Chelsea, I'm going to talk about a bit about like his replacements. So it's come out that we're trying to look at Ryan Chekri from Lyon, who's a 10, and Gabri Vega is the other one that we're trying to get.
What's the nationality that Chekri?
Chekri's a French, but he can also basically play for Algeria, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
I knew he was African. I was just thinking Morocco. Well, go on.
So again with him, I like both of them, in my opinion. I think for me, if because of like where the league is at with PMP, you probably want to get someone like a Vega in my eyes. But Chekri is amazing, bro. He's quality. But the thing I doubt with Chekri is just the pace. You know what I'm saying? Does he have that pace about him? Because he's a very similar 10 in an aspects to like a Felix. In who else would you just talk about? Like a Sancho, but his pace is not his primary thing, if you know what I mean. But it's about his technical ability and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see. But what do you think about what's going on at Chelsea, actually? Let me get, because it's good to get another perspective about what's going on at Chelsea. Obviously.
You lot are doing great business in terms of outgoings. And I look at you and I go, you're set up to do very well so far. Like if I was a Chelsea fan, I would be optimistic about the season coming up. I think Poch is a good manager. I think you have 100%. A core, you know what I'm saying, of a group of good players as well. One game a week will also help on top of that. And I look at your defense. Obviously, you've got Silva, you've got Chalobah, you've got Badashile, you've got who's the centre back that was at Brighton? What's his name? I forgot his name.
Levi Colwell.
Yeah, Colwell. So you got a good base there. Reece James, you got Gusto, you got Chilwell, you got Cucurella. Midfield, you got Enzo. It's seeming you're going to sign somebody next to Enzo. If that's Caicedo, Enzo pivot, that's good. I hear a lot of good things about and Kunku. So that's a good midfield three. You got Sterling wide left to play as well, who we all know if Sterling in the right system can get goals, can get assists, and be an impact. The problem that you lot have, and like I said, mentioned your outgoings have been phenomenal so far. Like the amount of here we goes, you're getting rid of all your deadwood and getting great money for it as well, which is crazy. I think the biggest issues for you lot is down the spine of your team in terms of one, the goalkeeper and the striker. Like if I'll say this, if you sign a goalkeeper who's of a certain level and you get a striker who's of a certain level, I think you lot will be the closest team to see.
Ooh.
I think you lot will be the closest team to see.
I don't know, man. That's a bit crazy. I think that's a bit crazy.
Okay, so hear what I said then. Right. Adding all the players I just mentioned, a top quality goalkeeper, a quality striker, who's better than you lot? Currently constructed right now. Take Manchester City out of it. Who has a better 11 than that Chelsea side I just mentioned? But we'll move Madueke to the right. So here the team. So banging goalkeeper, quality goalkeeper number one. Let's say it's Silva and Badashile as centre backs. Okay. Reece James, Chilwell as the fullbacks. Then you've got Caicedo, Enzo, got to add Caicedo in there, and Kunku in the 10. That's a great mid. You got Sterling on the left, Madueke on the right, and a quality striker up top.
The question is, and I've said this before, Mudryk and Madueke have to bang, bro. Mudryk and Madueke.
I don't think Mudryk has to because he's not going to start. That's why you got Sterling there. G said Liverpool.
It's interesting, you know.
I don't think Liverpool have a better defense than you lot.
I
don't think they have a better defense, and I don't think they have a better midfield. Again, I'm talking. I don't know if they're adding in Dominic Szoboszlai, but
But the thing is, if they got Szoboszlai,
Enzo Caicedo pivot is quality.
Enzo, if you get Enzo Caicedo and Nkuku as the midfield three,
that's the midfield three. That's better.
Then I would say then we have to be better than Liverpool there.
And your defense is better than theirs. Attack.
Yeah. Attack, they probably better.
You give them a slight edge. But then again, no. With a quality striker, is it? No. Let's say you do sign, we'll use Osimhen as an example. Osimhen, Sterling, Madueke. Is that better than Salah, Gakpo, Diaz? I think it is.
I agree. I actually think it is as well. Yeah. That one I think it is. Yeah, I would agree.
Salah's obviously the standout person, but you are the closest. You lot could be people. I'm not saying they are. Obviously, this is a lot of ifs. This is on Caicedo. This is on a quality goalkeeper. This is on a quality striker. Like that.
I agree with that one. Yeah, I think for me, at the end of the day, what I want from Chelsea Football Club, in my opinion, is of the following. I want us to do good. I want us to play well week in, week out, and make sure we get we get a minimum top four. That should be the target for us, not automatically top four. So at the end of the day, as long as we are doing that and we are aiming to be the top team that we can be, that's what matters. Because remember, no European football, and we can at least get these young guys, you know, experience and talent within the league, if that makes sense. And Pochettino is going to be there, a guy that we know that can do that job as well. And that's what you need to do, man. It's as simple as that. But the problem with the worry I have here is Kepa, because the club are probably looking to keep Kepa on for another season because they're going to spend cash in the midfield area and the striker. So I don't know if Kepa, in my opinion, is a top four goalkeeper.
I think you could get top four with him, but then he definitely limits your chances at one, winning a trophy, FA Cup or League Cup. and 2, limits your chances of finishing higher in the top 4, which I suppose the latter part of what I just said doesn't really matter too much in terms of finishing 4th or 2nd, but he could cost you a trophy.
That's what I'm saying,
he could cost you a trophy, which is
he could cost us a last minute goal, bro.
Trophy. Yeah, he could.
And that's the worry for me, because like I don't know, can I trust Kepa in a big match where we need to win the game to maybe make top 4 or to get an edge over let's say an Arsenal who we're competing with, a Newcastle who we're competing with for top 4? Can I trust him to make those saves that are going to win us the game? Because goalkeepers will win you games in the Premier League. There's no doubt about that at all. I can't trust him, bro. If a long shot happens on him, can I trust him to save that long shot, bro?
Yeah, you know.
So that is the thing for me. Like, that's why I really felt like, I would have sacrificed a striker and have Nicholas Jackson as the main striker, and would have kept us, would have brought like a Mannion or a Onana this season. And then, Nick, we would at least like somehow divide the goals up, between like Nicholas Jackson, the wingers, maybe some for the defense like we did under Tuchel to get those goals. Because Reece James, if you will bang goals, from what I've seen from Malo Gusto, the backup right back, very good attacking wise. He's got amazing cross on him. Chilwell, we know that he's a shooter. We've seen that multiple times beforehand. And yeah, man. So again, I just think for me, the one thing I do worry about is like depth wise, because like Madueke, in my opinion, this season has to do well. Madueke this season.
If you don't sign a right winger, yes, because he's your first choice right winger.
Bro, we're not signing another right winger. Flawless, we're not signing another right winger. We literally selling all of the wingers. So it's literally just going to be Madueke, Mudryk, and Salim, from what we know.
First.
So Madueke has to bang. Yeah, he basically has to bang, and Cuckoo's going to probably have to carry heavy. He's going to have to, settle in really quickly.
Yeah, you need him to hit the ground running. Absolutely.
He needs to hit the ground running. If like we don't get another striker, and then it's just literally Nicholas Jackson, big man, I'm sorry to tell you, bro, you're gonna have to on some level raise it. You and Broha are gonna have to probably raise it on some level, because if we don't get another top tier striker, which of course the market is quite bad right now, you two are gonna have to raise your levels to be able to do that. Then you've got Sterling, big man. Last season you had like a all right season. You obviously had a lot of injuries as well, so that didn't help you at all. But it's time for you to rise it, bro. It's time. You're in your prime. You have to lead this team to victory right now. So it's very difficult for me to see where we're going to finish right now. I really want to see who we buy, who we're going to get, and then, we will discuss, I think, from there, how it looks so far. But because like, for me, it's very interesting, because these guys, this is like, we've obviously done a hard reset in the football club, a hard reset.
Yeah, you have. Yep.
It's been in my opinion, a necessary reset. This is something that's been happening because we've not had a style of play since so that's 2017. We've basically been going from random manager to random manager, Lampard to Tuchel, back to Potter. Then who else was there? I think it's Bruno.
Yeah. You had Bruno, yeah. Bruno S.
And then we head back to Lampard and now Poch. So we need that, bro. We need that as soon as possible. So what if you had to, like, let's say right now, obviously we will redo this after everyone gets their transfer and stuff. Yeah. If you think on a likelihood of like 10, how likely do you think it is Chelsea will get top 4?
What, with how everybody's constructed right now?
Like how everything's constructed right now, and like hypothetically, also who we're gonna get.
Yeah, because it's so transfer dependent. Like I said, if you lot do sign a new goalkeeper, Caicedo, and a new striker, on all of quality, then yeah, I would say you're absolutely tapped in for top 4. But again, this is transfer dependent. City will get first, so that's one. Arsenal, who finished second last season, it's so dependent on what they do. Kai Havertz, terrible signing. What's going on with Declan Rice? Has a bid been accepted?
It's been accepted. It's really just been the paperwork, you know what I mean? Because like, especially with bids
so Arsenal have made an actual bid for Declan Rice, and the bid has been accepted.
Yeah, it's been accepted.
Can put Declan Rice in there. Declan Rice is definitely a step in the right direction for them. However, Kai Havertz is definitely a step in the wrong direction for them. Let's call a spade a spade.
100%.
What's going on with Xhaka and Partey? Are them two still there? Did they leave?
No, Xhaka is set to go to Bayern Leverkusen. The transfers has basically been waiting on Rice being completed. Partey's got like discussions going on right now in Italy.
So let's say they both
Saudi.
So let's say they both leave. So let's say Xhaka and Partey both leave Arsenal. You've got Rice, you've got El Nene, you've got Jorginho.
Isn't El Nene on the free right now? I thought El Nene left.
I'm not even sure. Let us know in the chat, please, people. So their midfield, even though Rice is a step in the right direction, their midfield is much. That's their team overall isn't better like that. But would they finish top 4? I would expect them to. So I think you got to throw them in the mix. Where I don't know, but I probably would with the Rice addition. Well, Newcastle have done good business as well, but I'm not sure how Europe will affect them. Yeah, Tonali, we haven't done good business, but we're not worse than we was. You know what I'm saying, yeah, I don't think we're better. I think we've just stood still so far.
Liverpool, I think they've improved.
Liverpool, they've done good business. McAllister's definitely a step in the right direction. I don't know a lot about Szoboszlai, but
Szoboszlai is a good player as well. Yeah. He's a very good player.
You gotta ask me this. You know what? You gotta ask me this question at the end of the window. It's too hard to answer right now. At the end of the window, ask me, and then I'll be able to be like, okay, this team's here. But right now, it's so transferred because after we could end the show and then things change because you lot signed a player, or Liverpool let somebody go, Manchester United signed somebody. Like all the Spurs could sign 2 or 3 players. Like there's so many unknowns. Not just with the players, even with Spurs with Postecoglou. We don't know.
Yo, you know what? Yeah, that is a valid point that you make. Rice's title move of Arsenal. If Arsenal lose,
but here's the thing: is if they lose both Xhaka and Partey, I can see them signing somebody else. That's why.
Do you think so though? Because like how much? Because like I think he can play in the CDM.
Who
can he not? The guy that bringing in Timber, if I'm not mistaken. I think Timber can play.
Yeah, I forgot about Timber. So say it's Rice Timber. Okay, put it this way: on paper, a Rice Timber pivot is better than Xhaka and Partey.
But again, I just think for me though, if you do lose like Xhaka and Partey, particularly playing your Champions League football, you've obviously got all these games as well.
Yeah, but we don't.
Yeah, I know, but it's still gonna be like something of in the sense of like you've got too much. What's it called? You've got too little in the back in case like Rice ever gets injured. Because he's played a lot of heavy minutes beforehand, you know what I mean? So
we got Jorginho backing him up.
All right, man.
Which is a decent backup. But yeah, it depends. That's why I can't answer the question because it's so transfer window dependent.
The Diego Moreira guy, I think Oliver, in my opinion, bro, he's gonna probably be what's the word that I would like to use, which is a nice word of saying he's basically just another lone army. Like I don't see anything happening. He's probably gonna go to Strasbourg, then you know what I mean. Suffers probably if he does good, he does good. If he doesn't, he's cooked anyway. So we don't care about that brother at all. So I just Cameron's got another one. I just want us to soak up. Give us Navas and after 2 years Gasolina. So you know what? Yeah, the Navas one is not a bad shout, bro. But I don't know, man. The club is not moving like that. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to bring in another younger guy called Trubin. He's a Ukrainian goalkeeper, really tall. Crazy arm length. He's a very good shout on FM. He's very good on FM. Like he turns out into a beast in FM. So
there you go. FM shout for you lot.
Bro, that right hand of Trent Szoboszlai-Salah, I'm telling you right now, the league is gonna be looking at that side and saying barbecue chicken. I'm letting you know right now. Barbecue chicken.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Bro, that is zero defense about to happen there. Hey. Literally, bro. Man, I'm just going to be talking in that area. They're not going to be like, oh, yo, you know what, Robertson's
facts.
We don't
shout out mismatch. You know what I'm saying?
Literally. And if you keep playing in Trent inverted, bro, you know what? All you have to do? One ball from like, who would play on the right-hand side? Would be the left wing player. So one ball to Enzo. Switch, flips it in, brings it to the right winger, who would probably be Mudryk at that point. Bang to Mudryk. Mudryk literally be facing like either Konate or he would probably face a Van Dijk 1v1. Cooked, goal. Literally, that's all it's going to take. That whole section of the pitch is just going to be empty. You know, like a match a day, how they have that whole little square box empty. Literally, that's what it's going to be, bro. Literally, that's what it's going to be. Like, Liverpool fans don't know that, bro. Like, why? But one thing I will say, you know what? Yeah, let's speak about Liverpool quickly because I can't lie to you. These men spent 60 M's on one player. Like they paid a release clause on a player now. So I'll be real with you. They have to win the league now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
who has to win the league? Who?
Liverpool, bro. I can't lie to you. This Liverpool.
Why do they have to win the league? Go on.
No.
Talk to me.
No. because like they're spending now a lot of money now, bro. They're not even doing balancing the books now. Nonsense. You know what I'm saying? They're actually spending cash now. 60 million. They're paying this amount. They're probably trying to buy now a CDM. Trying to go for a centre back. They're trying to pay like full amounts of money for these big players. If you're doing that now, splashing the cash, you gotta win the league, bro. You gotta win the league.
And we know that. No, this is why I don't even get hype over this transfer window. Like Ryan saying this when you're doing all this to finish second. All right, well done.
No, but the reason why I'm saying that is because I want to apply pressure on the minute. So.
Oh yeah, the pressure will be there because you got idiots like Ryan who will hype it up and be like, yeah, we need to win the league. All right, okay.
I know. The thing with like Liverpool is they're spending a lot of money now, so they have to back up what they're spending. So it's going to be interesting to see can they back up what they're spending right now, because they've already spent I think over 100 million right now already in the transfer market on 2 players. So
is it that much? Why? How much was Szoboszlai?
So it's like 70 million euros. So it's like roughly 62, 63, 65.
McAllister was what? 30 M's?
No, 39, 40.
39. So it's like basically 100 million. Jesus.
Yeah.
All
that's what I'm saying to you, bro. So the reality of the situation is, these men have spent a lot of money now. So and they're still looking for a centre back apparently. Mm-hmm. And I think Ryan said they're still looking for a CDM as well. So that's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
No, McAllister is 39, bro. McAllister is 39. So,
but anyway, it's close to either 100 million or close to 100 million. The fact is, we better see £100 million worth of improvements, because you have spent 200 million in the past 2 summers and gone backwards.
Guys, there's
from a quad to domestic cup, the quad to domestic double to 0 trophies. But go on.
Guys, there's literally 16 of you here in the chat. I'm literally 3 away from 190 subscribers. Let's get me there, 190 subscribers, and let's see how we're doing for the subscribers. You've only got 6 likes. Let's get to 10 likes, please. Yeah, 10 likes, 10 likes, and we need to get to 190 subscribers. Let's get there, guys. All right. So we've spoken about Liverpool. We've spoken about Manchester United, the shitty team. The fake team in red. You know what I mean? The lesser half of Manchester these days. You get me? Let's move on to the other half of Manchester, which is Manchester City. And I just want to say quickly on them. They just look unstoppable right now. They're probably going to win the league in my eyes. It is what it is. We're just going to have to move on of that and accept the fact that these guys are going to win the league. It's really as simple as that.
Yeah. That's why when I hear people talking about, they'll fall off and they're not going to win because it'll be tough for them to motivate themselves, and no teams won 4. Aye. That's all well and good. The problem is somebody's got to catch them. Nobody, no team in the league, including mine, including that dead blue team in West London, is currently constructed to finish above them. Who's 100%. Finishing above them? Somebody's got to finish above them. Who?
No one, bro. That's what I'm saying to you. The big problem right now, is that Manchester City right now are just they're too good right now. It's like Prime United, in the mid-90s, basically, where it was just United and the rest, and like the rest were literally just fighting for European spots. It's gonna take like a mammoth effort to beat these guys. And that's coming from a Chelsea fan. Like, really, in my opinion, if he does leave in 2 years, that's when you want to be. That's when you want to be setting up your club to be attempting the title and a certain dominance at that point. Like it's just too much, bro.
No, facts. You're 110%. Like, that's why when people talking about, somebody's gonna, like I stated, somebody's gonna stop. No, Manchester City won't be motivated. Pep can't motivate them. No team can win 4 in a row. And that's all well and good. And they're letting go of Gundogan and they're letting go of Bernardo Silva and say their signings are not as good. The replacements are not as good as those 2. That's all well and good. Who's catching them? Liverpool? Chelsea? Manchester United? Tottenham? Arsenal? Who's stopping them? I want to be wrong on this. I'd love it for it to be us, but somebody got to catch them. The gap between Manchester City and everyone else is so big. Even if they fall off, the teams chasing them are not close enough to capitalize.
Exactly, bro.
Somebody got to have a perfect window. Currently, as right now, no team chasing them. None of the other 5 have had a perfect window.
It's not just a perfect window, bro. Like, the thing that I've spoken about when it comes to Manchester City, right, is that the whole structure, the whole system is just right now is too good. Like, unironically, bro, it's too good right now. in the sense that they have the ownership's right, they have the multi-level model correct, they have everything in the right space and everything. Like look at United, for example. Like I know I like to cuss them out a lot, yeah, but you guys don't have your ownership right model right now. You're up in the air. You look at Liverpool, their ownership at times has been right, but they've had like 3 director of footballs leave at the same time, and their owners are not usually known to be money spenders. You look at Chelsea, my club, for example. We've literally restart and run out from scratch because we've had the ownership change, and now we've just brought our first club in the multi-level club model. So it's gonna take us time to reset, and we've literally reset our whole football team because we're selling like a bunch of like the top players in the league. So you look at like the Tottenham's just Tottenham. Danny Levy's there. As long as he's there, mate, they never getting a trophy is going to be a miracle. So Arsenal, I don't know. With Arsenal, it's weird because they're spending a lot of money, but are they going to be able to challenge for them? I just don't know, man. It's just like the Arsenal, they're like the club that, like, similarly to in the early 10s when Chelsea was trying to win the league, even United were trying to win the league. They were always 1 or 2 pieces away from glory. So, and it's like the same thing every season with them. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But Man City right now, they're just unstoppable, bro. They are like, you know who they like? They're like Burris. You know Burris in like Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They got destruction. They got destruction in like, and I think, yeah, that's what they are right now. He's undefeated. You can't stop him, bro.
Facts.
He's him. That's what it is right now, man. And that's the worry that you gotta have if you're a football team. Now let's move on to Tottenham quickly, because usually I don't talk about Tottenham, but
why don't you talk about Tottenham?
Because
what's your rival list actually out of all the teams? I've never asked you this before, so we'll switch the flip. We'll flip the script on the host. What's your rival list as a Chelsea fan? So like 1 to 4. It might be more.
1 to 4. You know what, man? I've always said
like who do you dislike the most?
Who would dislike the most?
Yeah,
probably Arsenal. Liverpool,
so Arsenal number 1. So who's number 2?
Liverpool's a very, very close second in my eyes.
So Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1, Liverpool 2. Who's 3?
United is my third one.
Okay, who's 4?
Barcelona is my other one.
Who's 5?
The stuff they've done.
You got 5?
5 definitely is going to be Tottenham then. But
okay.
But the thing of for me, Tottenham, we've beaten them so many times. It's not even for me. You know that quote that Joel Embiid made. It's not a rivalry. They're always getting cooked. That's what it's like with us and Tottenham, bro. It's been like that for the last 20 years, bro. That's not a rivalry anymore, man. Even I still don't get it. Even though I'm a match going fan. I go to the matches sometimes and just like it's like, bro, like.
I've never asked you that, so I just wanted to get it. So it was Arsenal. So it was Arsenal first, Liverpool second. Who was third? United. 4th was Barcelona, and 5 was Spurs. All right, cool. Of course, we make everyone's list. You know what I'm saying? Hated, adored, never ignored. But go on, carry on.
Oh my God, man said hating. Yo, man, listen.
It's facts. We're on everybody's list. Name a top team minus Spurs, and we're not on their list. On everybody's list, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal,
you're in the majority of the top 6 league. You're in the majority of the top 6 league
because I'm saying we the best. That's why. So go on,
man. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. Tottenham, I like the Madison deal. I'll be honest with them. They've managed to get the Eriksen replacement. They've got a nice midfield now of Basuma, Bentancur, and what's it called? Basuma, Bentancur.
I forgot Basuma's there because of what? Conte,
bro, that brother, yo, man, Conte, man, he's you know what? Yeah, speaking of Ruben, because I was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, yeah, he tried to make Ruben Loftus-Cheek a striker. Did you have Conte when he was alive, bro?
Why did he not make him a wing back? If you're gonna make him something, make him a wing back,
bro. He tried to make. This was when he was younger, though. This was like when he's in his early 20s. He tried to make Ruben Loftus-Cheek the striker, so Ruben Loftus-Cheek walked for Lukaku's run. So you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and now you got Lukaku. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Big Rum. You know what I'm saying? Big Rum, man. You know what I'm saying? R9.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate you so much, man.
Why do you hate me? Because he's your striker. Why do you hate me for stating that he's now currently your number 1 striker? Him, bro, and you got Jackson backing him up.
Nicholas Jackson is a top player, though. That's one thing I will say about Nicholas Jackson.
He's got a great player to learn from in Big Rum.
Stuck for a long, man. If I see that guy, I hope he's not in training on Monday, bro.
I hope he's there, man. You know, smiling with his shirt. You feel me? And that. I hope he kisses the badge.
I wish Ronaldo stayed. I'm trying to say club. You know what I mean? At least you still got listen. At least you got Mason Mount at the football club. You know what I mean? You can say all this Lukaku, right? But guess you got number 19 at your football club. You know what I mean? He's gonna do this. He's gonna be doing this in the football club. One second, man. We're going like this. If he's close, number 7. Number 7. You know what I'm saying? Like
midfielders. This. Yeah. You got Conor Gallagher starting next to Enzo, mate. So you know.
Listen. Gallagher's going to be on the bench next season. He's going to hold the bench. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not going to.
Currently, right now, he starts for you.
No, man, he probably wouldn't. So Andre Santos starts. Andre Santos, bro.
Who?
Andre Santos.
Oh, Andre Santos.
Yeah, man. I'd rather him start. Over
no, you not rather. I'm saying who starts? Yo, it's gonna be Gallagher. He's got that Gallagher Enzo pivot,
Santos, man. Andre Santos, bro.
That Gallagher Fernandez pivot. Whew.
Jacob, you know what, bro? I think it's probably going to be Monday. I think they're going to release the kit alongside the manager on Monday because the manager is probably going to have a big interview on Monday because Poch has been confirmed on the website. Obviously, it's going to be Monday when it's going to be talked about. I'll probably do like a little video post his interview to discuss some of the stuff he said and everything. So stay tuned for that, guys. 18 of you guys in the building. Let's check the likes. Right now we are on. Oopsie. Right now we are literally on. 20 likes. You got 20 likes, guys. That's actually pretty amazing. So that's basically it.
No, that's good, man. Bump up the likes. You lot continue to support, man. Continue to bump up the likes.
Bump up the likes. And 2 away from 190, guys. 2 away from 190. Please do. And but this is Zubat. You know what I mean? He's a little dickhead. That's what I'll say to you first. But he just said Manchester United have made contact over a potential move for firewood goalkeeper Justin Bigelow. What are your thoughts?
Laurie Whitwell. Don't know anything about him, but obviously Ten Hag knows him because he's played in the Dutch league, because he's at Feyenoord. Cool. That's how much I back the manager in regards to. I have no idea. I could walk outside and see this guy and not know who he is. But I'm all for it. I don't know anything about his profile. I'm just happy with us being linked with new goalkeepers. So bring us a new goalkeeper, whoever that is. I back Ten Hag because all the players he signed so far, mine is Mason Mount, I'm a fan of. And all of his players have been hits. Yes, people can say, Anthony was overpriced. Yeah, he was, but I seen the impact he had in the side. So I'm all for it. So yeah, new goalkeeper, cool. I trust Ten Hag. And he's Dutch as well. Yeah, cool. So
let me just increase that size for you, everyone, quickly. But I'm just going to get the transfer market picture as well so that everyone can see who he is first before we go to this one quickly. So this is the guy we're looking at. Let me just no, it's not switched for me. Let me bear with me for 2 seconds.
Share screen. But yeah, I'm all for it, people. Like, if anyone knows in the chat, like in terms of what his attributes, what he's good at, what he's not good at, let us know. There may be a Feyenoord fan, there may be someone who watches the Visa in the chat. Please let us know.
So quickly, Bigelow I think Feyenoord actually won the league this season, if I'm not mistaken. So Feyenoord won the league. He's a 25-year-old from the Netherlands. That's pretty much it. Goalkeeper. His current value is only 50 million, so you probably get a cheap deal. Yeah.
Cool.
So I think probably what's happened is that I don't think United have the fees, because Jess has literally just said this right now. I think him and Kevin Trapp are the alternatives. So I think
I just like the fact we got alternatives, man, and don't get freaking don't get robbed like Chelsea did for us with this Mason Mount deal. If Onana's too much, go elsewhere. If that is indeed the case.
Of course, yeah. So, and listen, man, he's a young player, 25 years old. He's probably got years ahead of him in order to get better. You know, goalkeepers' primes are usually in their 30s in a way. You know what I mean? Not in the early 20s these days. So, hey, man, he's an interesting player to say the least. I'm just going to give you guys a little look at his stats right now, just quickly before, we finish discussing him. Shout out to FB Ref. You know what I mean? They're the top Gs, as they say.
Wait, who's the top Gs?
You know what I mean? As the kids.
Who's the top G's? This guy just be saying anything, yo. Who's the top G's, yo? This guy just be saying anything at times. Who's the top G's? What are we talking about?
I was about to say that. I was trying to say FB Ref is the top G's, but you know what I'm saying?
Nah, this guy, yo. Just carry on. This guy.
As the kids say, is what the kids say these days. Top G's and stuff. So, I'm just following what the kids say. So he's actually. I can't show that. Come on, guys. Let's relax. Yeah. So obviously, this is his stats. So this is goals against. Like, he's actually got a pretty good goals against actually record. This is his post-shot expected goals minus. So this is basically how likely is he to save goals. Pretty good. He's got a clean sheet percentage of it's quite good as well. So listen, man, his quality is quality, for to say the least. Well, let me stop sharing my screen. Let's get back to some topics. Listen, bro, who would you like as obviously if you were in an ideal world and you couldn't just get Hodgland, who would you want as a striker, bro?
Tony, definitely. Despite his ban, he's available in January. I would still go and negotiate with Brentford now and get Ivan Tony. You're getting him at a cut price because his contract runs out 2025. So when he comes back to Brentford, he'll play 2024. Well, it will be 2024. Then he's got a year left on his deal. So then you're negotiating from a position of power if he does indeed want to move. Fits the profile, does everything I want in a modern day striker. He's pace and power. He can run the channels. He can interchange. Then on top of that, he can hold the ball up. He can drop off. He can get assists for others as well. He can play up front by himself. He can play up front in a 2. Fits the bill. So I would go and get Ivan Toney right now at a cut price and have him in January. In terms of the other strikers, Højlund, I like the sound of him in terms of profile, but if it's too expensive, I would just go and get that profile. I'm not even with individual names anymore because it's such a system game. I'm with profiles. You know this, Ahmed, when we talk. Whenever Manchester United get linked with a player and I don't know anything about that player, I always say, what's his profile? Who's he like? I always say, don't tell me in skill set. Give me a striker in the Premier League, or if it's a midfielder, who's he like? And then that's when I can then judge it. So in terms of it, go get me a pace and power striker who's technically decent and can score goals and has some form of goal scoring record and younger, someone who's 2021. I'll be happy with that.
I've got a guy for you, man. I've got a guy for you, man.
Yeah.
Nah,
you keep him. You know what I'm saying? You can keep him, my friend. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean, bro? Pace, power, technically sound.
We've had him.
Run back, man. Run back. You know what I'm saying? Run back. You know what I mean?
We let you run it back. And look how that worked out for you. You ran it back.
Hey, listen, man. United, run back. You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, man. Hey, shout out Jacob, man. Listen, man. We need that to happen. We need that to happen. You
already fleeced us for this Mason Mount guy. No, you know what I'm saying? You keep your scrubs. Don't want your players.
Listen, man. That's all I'm saying. Barring anything else, really. I think we've pretty much done the majority of the topic, unless there's something else I've missed. Is there anything else you think I've missed so far? Or
no, ask the chat may know, but there's nothing else I can think of. We discussed all the teams or the clubs. So anything else? Actually, Chelsea, have you been linked to anybody else? Has there been any strong links, or is it just still Caicedo? Is that the biggest news?
The biggest news really is Caicedo. Apparently, we're going to bid for Gabriel. We're planning to bid for Gabriel Vega. You know, I did a video on him, guys. Please make sure to ask questions anyway on him. But I did a player profile on him. He's probably going to be the backup 10. They've got another guy called Angelo Gabriel, but he's going to Santos. No, sorry, he's going to Strasbourg. Sorry, the other club to train and everything. But it's very quiet this time. I'll be honest with you. We've been seeing a lot of outgoings happening. Apparently, this week
it's very quiet with you. That's why I asked.
This week, though, apparently it's meant to be the incoming weeks, according to Fabrizio. So we're still in talks, apparently, for Caicedo right now. But I don't think any news is coming out with the way Twitter is looking right now. It's looking like, it's looking like a blank sheet, bro. You know, on Word, when you just writing words. That's it, man.
First, this guy doesn't this guy.
This is bad, bro. This is bad, man. This is so bad. Today, it's been an absolute howler, bro, in terms of
this guy.
Man. But you know what? Yeah, I actually have a good question to ask you for us, bro. And it's about Blue. This year, I forgot about this. Yeah, apparently Poch is making sure we don't leak anything, which I agree with. Bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
We don't want to be the leaky cauldron. You know, one thing I always say about United, Man City, you hear niche about this, brothers, fam. You just hear they bought the player, and you know what? That used to be the same thing for us, when we were under Marina, basically. That's the one thing I'll give the other ownership. Yeah, when we brought Havertz, no one knew about it. When we brought Timo Werner, no one knew about it. When we brought Ziyech, no one knew about it. And that's the type of stuff that I want from Chelsea, where we're just one word, competent. We don't hear anything. Either we hear advanced talks, signed, here we go, or hi guys, welcome to the football club. Thank you for joining the team. That's what I want to hear, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear anything else, bro. I don't want to hear anything niche, nothing, bro. But one thing I will say, I want to talk about if I want to talk about what happened. Listen, man, Elon Musk, bro. You know what happened, Diamond, bro, my guy. He literally sacked the majority of his staff, and now Twitter's failing because the guys that he has left are not good enough to handle the whole system. So with anything which is computer related, there's a lot of not hard drive. Sorry, what are they called? You know, like when there's like a bunch of the servers, there's a bunch of servers that you have to handle. But before because they had enough people around, they could handle the servers. You like reduced like the staff like by 2/3, and now they don't have enough guys to handle the server. And like basically Twitter's crashed. It's fucked. It's broken basically, literally. So it is what it is. But we gotta move on, man. That stuff needs to move on, bro. We need to get a new Twitter, bro. Because he's also trying to make people now pay to get verified. Yeah, bro, that's what he's doing. He's doing it because like the people are tweeting too much or looking at tweets too much. So they basically cooked. So Fabrizio is cooked now, but I can't be making tweets anymore.
Yeah, guys, that's what it is. Like they're saying, basically he's trying to make people pay for what's it called, pay to use Twitter, which I refuse to do. Yeah, I still be tweeting though, people. So here we are. So if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. Man does not let me see your tweets, bro. Imagine if
for those that have paid, though, for those that have paid. Because there will be people who have paid and have got who have one verified or two have paid for verified blue. So there we go. On verified account, I should say.
I'm gonna keep it, but if you pay for Twitter, you are moist. I'm just gonna say it right here, right now.
This guy just crashing on his people.
No, man, it's true, bro.
People pay for Twitter if they want to pay for Twitter.
No, man, we don't pay for Twitter, bro, around here, man. Listen, might as well play for OnlyFans.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You can go out like, all right, let's just get into it. You can go out and get girl, you know what I'm saying? So paying for OnlyFans is like, no, that's not the way forward because you can get that elsewhere for free. You can't go out and get Twitter.
Yes, you can. Just go to Instagram.
That Instagram's to say, all right, for OnlyFans, just go on Tinder or Plenty of Fish. Same shit.
Yeah.
You can easily people upload. You gotta sign up to Tinder.
And do you know how much it is as well? Do you know how much it is, bro? Do you know how much Twitter Blue is right now? Let me have a look at it right now. Yeah, Twitter Blue, I'm pretty sure it's like 10 quid right now.
What, a month?
Like that. Yes, bro. What are you doing?
So what's going on with the spaces? What's going on with people? Are spaces still running?
No, apparently spaces are still running from what I know. But like to get Twitter Blue, like you can look. Not what the flip. Monthly is £11, bro. Are you paying 11 quid for this? You paying 11 quid?
I ain't paying £11 for that. I hear you.
No, man. You know what I get for 11 quid? You get like Ultra Netflix, Ultra HD Netflix, 4 screens.
Netflix is trash though. Like let's call that spade a spade.
But $11.99, I also get like Xbox Game Pass.
So wait, have you got Netflix?
Yeah. But my brother pays for it, not me. That's why I know. I used to pay for it beforehand.
Yeah, Netflix is trash. I'm just asking.
I only pay for like the Paramount Plus one and the Amazon one, but the Amazon one again comes with my stuff. So I ain't paying $11.99 for Twitter. I'm just letting the streets know right now.
You let the streets know, man. Talk to the streets, man.
We need to let the football streets, any streets, and I mean the ends, whatever it may be. We ain't paying $11.99 for Twitter right now. I can't believe anyone that pays $11.99 for Twitter, bro. You're actually just moist.
Say it's a part of their business. It might be a part of their business. They need
bro, man, just find alternative to business, man. You know what I mean? Hire yourself a social media marketer. They'll find alternatives for you. Okay. Come on, man. Pattern up, G's. You know what I mean? Pattern up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, guys, there's 22 of you in the chat. Please make sure again to get the likes up, get the subscribers up, guys. We're almost at 200. Bro, listen, look, everyone's just getting angry. Big mandem. If you don't pay $11.99, allow it, bro. Raw J, I know you're real one. Don't be doing that.
Warrior J, man.
Big up Raw J. Don't be paying $11.99, G. I know you're a real one. Just don't do it, man. Don't be flawless. You know what I'm saying? This guy's moving out here saying, let's pay $11.99 to the man.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just not shitting on people who are. I'm not saying, you're moist if you don't do it. No, that's all I'm saying. I'm not going to do it personally, but what I'm saying is if you want to pay $11.99 for Twitter more entertaining than Netflix, let's call a spade a spade. So if you want to, fair enough. Of course it is.
Listen, man. You might as well just use TikTok.
What's the last good thing you watched on Netflix? What are you watching on Netflix right now?
That's fine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Probably Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
See that you can get on free elsewhere. Where else? There's nothing on Netflix exclusively that you can't watch elsewhere.
I don't know why you're asking me about Netflix when I don't even pay for it. So
no, but you here advocating for it. Like I'm saying,
you might as well though. The Witcher's out there. You know what I'm saying? You can watch The Witcher, watch some of the old Spider-Man movies on that. Listen, they got some classics.
You can watch old Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus.
No, you can't anymore. They changed that actually. So you can't watch that anymore. They removed it from Disney. It's now on Netflix. So listen, man,
you can find elsewhere. But go on, carry on.
Yeah, bro. Listen, is the Spaces actually gone as well? Like, I thought the Spaces thing was.
Spaces. Have they got rid of Spaces?
Nah, that's not real, bro. Surely not, man. Let me check, bro. Like, now Spaces are working right now, from what I'm seeing.
Oh, wait, they got rid of spaces.
They can't get rid of spaces, bro. That's like some of the Manda's bread and butter. They can't be getting rid of spaces around there. But listen, people, 1 hour and 15 minutes done. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. This has been the Chelsea, this has been a Chelsea news, the Man United news, the Mason Mount slander hour for Flawless. He can hold that forever. I'm never gonna let that go, even if he still plays well there. He can hold it, bro. Flawless, bro. Where can they find you?
This guy's. You can't. Speaking of all this Twitter news, people. Yes, you can still find me on Twitter. That's me flawless, people. God. You can find me on Twitter at That's Me Flawless. You can find me on Instagram at That's Me Flawless. You can also find at Sarcasm City TV on Twitter and Instagram as well. So make sure you follow all them socials I mentioned, my personal socials, and at Sarcasm City TV, because anytime I go live on the YouTube channel or the Twitch, I'll always post about it, I'll always tweet, I'll always share on Instagram. And on top of those things, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Sarcasm City TV, where we're live every single day, people. Upcoming live stream schedule already. Well, I'm going to update it, but I update it on a weekly basis, so you know Monday to Sunday exactly what is coming up. We cover all the Premier League, Big Six, Manchester United, this Joker's team, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, Manchester City, plus more. And the Twitch as well, where not only do you get the fan calling shows, we have NBA content over there, we have F1 content over there, NFL content over there, bringing back the boxing show as well. Big fights, big nights only. So make sure you just check it out and tune in. Recently, just gone past 7,000.
Yeah, man. Let me know about the boxing, bro, because I'm a big boxing fan. So
you know what? If you want in, cool. We'll talk after the show. Come.
Yeah, man. Let me.
If you want in, yeah. Cause I got my guy. Yeah, cause I got my two guys I run it with. But if you want in, we'll talk. 100%. I'll let you know the times and everything like that. But yeah, as I was saying, Sarcasm City TV on YouTube and Twitch. Ahmed, big up for having me. Much appreciated. Glad to make my debut on the Bridge 258. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated.
Yeah, man. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you for thank you for obviously having me on originally. It's always been a pleasure to always work with you, Flawless. And there's no doubt about that at all, man. Always, man. So thank you guys for watching. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. If there's any big news that happens again for Chelsea, I'll probably make a video. But as of today, there's not been that much news. So, I'm going to relax today, enjoy myself. And bit of FIFA, bit of relaxing, have a nice little sleep. You know what I'm saying? Probably tomorrow, there might be news. You never know. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. But make sure to tune into some Flawless. Make sure to tune into some Flawless stuff. Make sure to tune into some Flawless stuff. Let me see. Let me see who I can raid. You know how to do the raid thing? Does it show you quickly?
You have to be in the YouTube studio thing in the live stream. 1
second, I can do that now. Then bear with me for 1 whole second.
If you're on the live stream thing, it should be on there. If not, just Google it and it will pop up. But it should be a live stream thing. Can you accept raids now? I know to raid you.
Yeah, I can.
If you're ever live after me, all right, cool.
Yeah, I can do that now. Wow, it's just analytics, copyright. Sorry guys, just bear with me for 2 seconds.
It's all good, people. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Let me actually put it in the comment section. Let me see what's what. Make sure you bump up the likes. Make sure you subscribe as well. Make sure you do that. But yeah, I can't believe right no spaces. That is crazy.
The spaces that I'm pretty sure the spaces, but do you know where it is? Because I'm on video details actually. Damn. Is it YouTube Studios though?
No, it's on the go live bit. I'll have to tell you afterwards. I'm saying it's on the go live bit. I'm not got my other laptop on, otherwise I'll tell you now, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I got it now.
It's on the go live bit.
No, I got it now. And then is it analytics, stream health, stream is healthy. Oh, okay. I think I know what I need to do now. Just give me a quick sec, guys. I'm just almost done. Oh my god. Sorry guys about this, by the way. This has not been great, but as I was saying before, I'll probably try to do like a bi-weekly stream. I'm not doing any right now only because I'm just trying to get the number of subscribers that I'm getting now.
You're building up. Yeah. People are fucking with it. The mix between the live streams and the pre-records. We see your numbers going up. We see you doing great things. You're already closing in on 200 subscribers, so you'll get that expeditiously. And then it's rolled to 300, 400, 500, 1K, and then you're well on your way, fam. You've been consistent, like I said, and the people fucks with it. That's what it is. You well on your way.
Yo, when I'm on the YouTube stream, what does it say the raid button? Is it because it says this end stream?
And it's redirect. I'll have to tell you afterwards. It's a read. It doesn't say raid. It's redirect. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Unless you want to wait for me to load on my laptop, but that could take like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. We can still chat in the next 5 minutes anyway. Still got a lot of guys to talk with. So, Mandem, still got 15 of you guys here. Come on, ask us some questions. You know, we do a little Q&A right now. We've got 15 of you guys here anyway. So, give us some questions to ask, actually. You know, alternatively, you can talk about how, you know, what's his name? KSI has got a Prime deal now. Do you see KSI's Prime? You know, he's in Barcelona. In Barcelona, bro.
Yeah, that's a big one. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them, man, for that. That's a huge one. Salute to them, man, for that. Huge.
Chelsea's back in training, actually, Jacob, on Monday. Chelsea's back in training on Monday, bro. We start training on Monday. When do you guys start training, bro?
I have no idea. Someone in the chat will know. I have zero idea.
I know Chelsea's training starting on basically Monday, and then after that, for the next 2 weeks, they're basically going to be training at Cobham, and then we're going to go to America to start playing those games. So Gabriel, that's a good question I would ask. I think probably yes. So my theory for me has always been that Gabriel will probably be the number one starter striker. Broja will be the backup. And then what will happen after this is that up until I would probably say January, we're gonna wait. And then if it's all going good, all going lovely, we'll probably keep Broja, we'll probably keep Jackson as the striker till the end of the season. Or if it's not going so well, or if they're just being playing average, you probably will look at to bring in a Tony in January. Have a look at him, see is he good enough to play? As he lost like his edge essentially, and if he hasn't, bro, you can let him cook.
Makes sense.
100%. What are your thoughts on that, Fowler? What are your thoughts on the Fowler?
I don't know a lot about him, but I think you lot need to go and sign a top number 9. Having Jackson and having Broja as backups is all well and good, but you lot need to go and sign a quality number 9. Because you got Sterling, he's your only senior attacking player who's of any level, who's done anything at any form of level. You got Madueke, you got Nkunku, you got Vega, you got Broja, Mudryk. All these players haven't really done too much at that height under this pressure. Like, I'm not sure what Nkunku's done before, but this Chelsea pressure is going to be different. Like, you're expected to hit the ground running. The expectations is high, and even behind that, you got Enzo, who's not the oldest, Caicedo, who's not the oldest. So you need to bring in not even necessarily an experience. That would be an added bonus, but you need to bring in someone who's a little bit more seasoned, even if he's 24 and he's played 3-4 years in a top league, just something like that. Just need more experience there. Because there is one game a week. You don't really want players learning on the job.
Of course, bro. You don't want them to be learning on the job, but at the end of the day, man, you got to do what you got to do right now, man. You got to do what you got to do. Otherwise,
this guy, what does that mean? You got to do what you got to do.
If you're not bringing in another guy, what do you want to do?
You got to, though. You know what I'm saying? But you should, that should be on the horizon. I think you lot bringing in a top quality striker could be the difference in you lot winning a trophy or not winning a trophy.
Listen, Jacob, that's broke. United's broke, you know what I'm saying?
But not broke. We literally just splashed money on your dead guy. You know what we talking about?
You know what I mean? They splashed the cash on Mason Mancunian Mount. You know what I'm saying?
So
M7M.
Well, he's not Mancunian. He's literally from Portsmouth, but we move. But this guy.
Listen, man, M7M, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. What we need to talk about? M7M, bro.
So we're not broke. In regards to the Kim Min-jae, we obviously reports came out said we offered personal terms. I think we did agree personal terms, but for whatever reason, we didn't make a bid, and he had a release clause. So I don't know what went on with that. But there's more information on that, but I have no idea as to why we didn't make an actual bid. I don't know what the reason is. I'm lost. I really don't understand. I don't get it.
Because you're brokies, man. You're brokies. I mean, you said let's splash the
cash. Because you got Buddy though. Because you've got Mason Mount. We've been linked to Onana, the goalkeeper who you just mentioned. You've got Hodge. Like, we're going to sign the striker, so money's there. Reports said we have 150 million there, so the money's there. Oh, well, you talking about being broke? Maybe we signed more players than you.
No, you've only signed one player, bro. What are you talking about?
And who have you signed? You signed Vega. Who?
No, we've signed Nicholas Jackson, Angelo Gabriel, and what's the other guy? We signed another Portuguese guy on a free. So,
you signed, free. Yeah, that don't count. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Some unknown guys. Man. This guy talking like they. Yeah, I'm telling you, might finish 12th for a reason. What we talking about? Carry on with that. What's the aim next year? 10th.
Oh, okay. I know the reason why I can't raid actually. That's fair enough. I can't rate. There's a reason behind that actually. So
is it a criteria for it? Is it something like that?
Is the criteria
that,
for it? But it is what it is. We'll close.
I'll tell you after the stream anyway how to do it, so you know for future.
Lovely, jubbly. But that is the stream basically, guys. Make sure again to like and subscribe on the YouTube. We're almost there. We're almost Gucci guilty. Listen, man. Let me just check the subscriber count so that everyone can see, what we're cooking around these parts. We got 189 subscribers. If there's still one more that could get to 190, let's get there. Yeah, but that is literally the stream. This has been 1 month of YouTube and 190 subscribers on of YouTube. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I can't lie to you. I was probably expecting earlier 100 within 1 month, but thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And as always, guys, stay blue and fuck United. Love.
This guy.
Fuck United. Always over that.